kicking off a 20,000-mile trip I'm titling Escape to Paradise, but we're starting things off small. I've previously been a big fan of Alaska Airlines both before and during the pandemic, but they've since joined Oneworld and implemented some pretty unfortunate changes to their offering. Is Alaska Airlines worth flying over the major US airlines? Let's find out on this trip from Chicago to Seattle. Alaska's check-in desks are in Terminal 2, but the gates themselves are the G gates in Terminal 3. I needed to check in person given my ultimate itinerary, which was international. Alaska is in the process of completely removing check-in kiosks to encourage people to check in online. At least let me then. While I had paid for an international business class award flight, there was no space in domestic first, so I'm back in economy for this flight. Alaska now effectively requires you to pre-order your meal before the flight, catering only a handful of the tapas snacks to buy on board. But I'm still going through Air Canada meal vouchers here, so as always, I went to Tortas. When I arrived at the gate area, there were two Alaska flights. The one with the Oneworld livery was headed to Anchorage, while the Horizon jet was going to Portland. Horizon flying jets and flying this far east is also something new, and I'll be covering that in the next video. Even though our aircraft landed with plenty of time, it was late arriving at the gate due to congestion. Boarding started 10 minutes prior to the scheduled departure time. I've always had great things to say about Alaska ground staff in Chicago, and today was no different. Rather than just using boring letters for boarding, the lettered groups were Group A as in awesome, B as in bears, C as in Chicago, D as in da bears.
Da bears. Da bears.
First class is the old-style recliner, which I've never flown or reviewed. You get complimentary drinks as well as a meal. Premium class is a rebranding of their extra legroom seats that come with 4 more inches of legroom and free drinks. There's no way of booking these with award miles, so I kept on walking. Alaska's main cabin is fine. Even though there's only 31 to 32 inches of pitch, the functional legroom is really quite good, far better than say American. Importantly, there is both full and USB-A power. There's no in-seat entertainment, but there's 700 plus streaming options and Wi-Fi is only $8. Fortunately, it eventually worked, though we were emailed a warning the night before saying that it might not. There's also free in-flight messaging. We pushed back 25 minutes after scheduled departure time. Flying time to Seattle was 4 hours and 1 minute at 34,000 feet. On a flight of this length, like the flights to San Francisco I've covered before, there are 2 beverage services. For the first, it was Biscoff cookies, just like their American brethren. The second one was these pretzels that were actually surprisingly fresh and tasty. You do get a whole can, which is nice, but a miniature can. Alaska has gotten rid of plastic cups and bottles, so it's boxed water and paper cups for everything. Even the wine is in a can. I splurged for a $9 can of Chardonnay, but with a 20% discount from the credit card, $7.20 was a bit more reasonable. The cabin crews were very friendly and personable as well, as has always been my experience. Let's talk about the negative changes to the airline and why I'm worried. Before, they had the best basic economy in the business, as you could still select seats, only just in the back. That's gone. Then mileage earnings were slashed by 70%. Surely, ticket prices went down to compensate. Oh no, oh wait, of course they didn't. Because basic economy is a scam. They realized they were being too generous. Premium class getting free drinks is fine and all, but all Horizon flights used to give free drinks to everyone. As we'll see next time, that's no longer happening. Then there's lounge access. Alaska was unique amongst US airlines in that they gave lounge access to paid first-class tickets without needing a club membership. Well, that's gone for all flights under 2,100 miles. What's under 2,100 miles? Basically everything. Chicago to Seattle, Seattle to Los Angeles, or even Alaska. And they coincidentally raised the price of lounge membership by $50. You're welcome. The Alaska credit card offers things like free checked bags and priority boarding, but copying United, those benefits now only apply if you book the ticket with the card, so you can't rely on the better travel protections of a Chase card. Oh, and they also raised the annual fee. Thanks. Perhaps the thing I'm personally most worried about are the devaluations to the frequent flyer program. I booked this ticket in business class all the way to New Zealand with a free stopover in Fiji for only 55,000 miles, which is an absolute steal. But since joining Oneworld, the new award charts for the Oneworld airlines have been really bad value, and I'm expecting massive devaluations at some point to our favorite award sweet spots. Their simplified award chart only lists prices starting at something, allowing them to make no-notice devaluations, which they already did for JAL, raising prices between 30 and 100%. There will be more. Alaska's one remaining saving grace is that you still earn miles by flying, not by spending money, and I'm very worried that that will be changing soon as well. Mark my words. The ride got a bit bumpy as we flew over the Cascades before Seattle appeared in the distance. We circled the city, flew right over the Boeing facility in Everett, before an incredibly rough landing at SeaTac. We arrived at the gate only 15 minutes late, but there was an issue with the jet bridge or something, so we ended up arriving 30 minutes late. Fortunately, I had an hour 30 on my layover and made my connection just fine. So Alaska. It's definitely better than American in every way. Better legroom, free texting, 20-minute baggage guarantee, and better cruise. But the other advantages, like first-class lounge access and seat selection on saver fares, gone. Is it better than United? Likely, but once United refits their cabins with in-seat entertainment, they may not be. Delta already offers a superior product and is gunning hard for Alaska in Seattle. Alaska's one advantage until now is their loyalty program, and if that continues to be chipped away at, then it's over. I like Alaska, you should fly them, but I feel like we are witnessing death by 1,000 cuts. And soon everything that made Alaska so great will be gone. If you want to see me rave about what Alaska's basic economy used to be, click here. Or here to see my Horizon flight when it goes live. Or here to see the complete Escape to Paradise playlist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.